Shalom, shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to our apostles and elder bishops here at Great Millstone. Shalom to you, brothers. That's pushing this work with all sincerity. Okay. The walls are closing in on Esau. He has to make a move. All right. And as we know, he's being revealed, without a shadow of doubt. Okay, without any doubt, it's clear as day. It's evident that he's the wicked man. I don't think we gotta continue making that claim. Of course we will, but the proof is in the pudding. The evidence is there. In no way these people can't say that the so-called white man is running the world, is ruling the world, the top families in the world. All right, they can't say they ain't the devil and they don't come in the power of Satan. And that's for sure. All right, so with all of this, all of these things that's being revealed, all right, he has to respond. Okay, and he's going to do that by bringing more crises. Of course, he's going to make more distractions. Okay, they were just talking about releasing the UFO files, and of course it's tacky as usual. It's corny. All right, and it's a horrible way to save face. They just look bad, and they're moving in such a way that's just, as the scriptures say, man, the Lord got them in a slippery place. All right, so they're sliding their way or themselves right into judgment. Okay, and of course they're getting frantic. They're seeing the prophecies become of good. Because if you think that they're not paying attention, all right, they on the timetable and they're paying attention. All right, and I'm talking about the elite at the very top, because they're going to be able to escape the second death, but of course they're going to be captured and carted away into slavery. All right, but right, I forgot what I was going to say. All right, that's why we need working bodies, the new bodies. But let's start. All right, Psalms 37. I got Revelations 12, but I'm gonna start Psalms 37. I'm gonna come back to that. All right, this is Psalm 37, and I'll start at 9. All right, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. All right, so there's a transition coming in. All right, you got these elite families in the earth. They're actually fighting for position in this new world order of theirs. All right, and all of them are in the same boat as far as bringing the new the fourth industrial revolution to the world and merging biology with technology. All right, they're all on board for that, but they're fighting for a position. Who's going to be the ruler of that? Okay, and the nations are, coming together against the old rule, which is America. All right, because I think they're going to continue to, bring this bravado, and they think they're going to have this prowess in the earth. All right, and they're trying to reestablish their dominance, and then this is just not going to happen. All right, the Lord has brought this place down. Isaiah 47 chapter. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. And what do you think the Lord is doing now? All right, he's considering their place, his place in the world, their position, how they're moving. Okay, and he's going to cut them off. All right, as it says here, but the meek shall inherit the earth. This is one thing they're afraid of, because if the meek inherit the earth, that means it's the end for them forever. And the meek is what? The Israelites. All right, the elect. And shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace, because it ain't no peace now, because the devil, he thrives, and he capitalizes off of destruction and evil. All right, I just put it that way. All right, he's in the business of taking peace from the earth. All right, The wicked plotted against the just and gnasheth upon them with his teeth. All right, and that's what's happening now. They're plotting against the just with this new world order. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. And Esau is doing this all in rush. They're doing this all in haste. All right. But they thought deep about it. It's been 100 years plus since they wanted to enact this whole system, this new system. All right. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation, because they're going to come against the truth. And this is them making haste as well. All right. Well, as soon as they come against the actual truth, the men of the Lord, the prophets, because that's who's been consumed with the spirit of the Lord's mouth. And his reaction is to just try to take everybody out and try to shut down the avenues of truth. That's when really, the Lord is going to lift up a standard against them. Okay. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. Right. So they're going to have nothing to really fight against the Lord with. All right. Okay. A little that a righteous man have is better than the riches of many wicked. Right. So we ain't got to fret. The knowledge and understanding is our riches in the time. All right. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, as the scriptures go into. Of course. All right. I want to try to paint the picture as best as I can, because they're doing all this all in haste, because the walls are closing in on them. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. We read it all the time. And what we're seeing take place in the world is Esau making moves to bring, in haste, to bring certain things upon the earth. All right. And it's all botched up. It's all confusion all over. Okay. And they have to move at an accelerated level. All right. I did go to chat, for examples in history, but I might do that at a separate time. I'm on break right now, so let's continue though. Proverbs 2:21. Or let me jump to 35 and 37 in Psalms. No, it's 37. It's a lot. Yeah, 37 and 35. My bad. And it says here, I've seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I saw him, but he could not be found. Right? Because the Lord is going to make short work of him. All right. And so they're in great power, because now, of course, through their blessing, they're able to do or move at a certain pace. They're able to cover a lot of ground. All right. So they're moving at great power, and they're showing that as we speak. Okay. Next one. Proverbs 2:21. The Lord willing, I can get to all of these. 2:21. And it says, for the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it, but the wicked shall be cut off from the earth. You see? And they know it. All right. And the Lord is going to cut them off. And as we speak right now, the Lord is bringing those troops in the valley of decision. Okay, because the decision is going to be made, and that decision is the Lord's going to cut off the wicked, as we see in the precept here. Okay, and that's a for sure. That's for certain. Okay, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it, because they occupy the land of the Lord, and the Lord has to cleanse it for his return. All right, you better believe he's going to cleanse it. All right. Okay, he's going to thoroughly purge this earth. All right, this floor. Next precept, Job 18:5. And it reads, it says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out. Right? Because the light represents what their illuminance, their brightness in the earth. Okay, their influence, their reach. Okay, it's going to be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. See, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle. Right. Okay, and that tabernacle is full of wickedness. Right, left hand, what we call a left hand priest. All right, their tabernacles, all right, is full of darkness. Okay, and his candle shall be put out with him. You see, okay, the steps of his strength shall be straightened, meaning in a difficult place, he's not going to be able to get everything according to his will. All right, it's going to be difficult in doing so because the poor in the world going to turn against him, and that's the Lord's doing, right along with the nations. All right, and his own counsel shall cast him down. See, his own counsel is casting him down. All right, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The jinn shall take him by the heel. See, a jinn is a lure to lead you into the snare. Right, and part of their jinn is their pride, their wantonness, their insatiable appetite to gaining everything in the world. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5, I believe, calls it all. Oh, no, that's Revelation 13. But he gathered unto himself all people. All right, but that's Revelation 13:16. That's how he's going to do that. All right, by way of the chip, the RFID, which is the MOTB. All right, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Okay, because that's going to be the thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, his strength shall be hunger bidden, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. All right, that's Yahweh Shai. Okay, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. That's right, Yahweh Shai. Okay, and Esau's in trouble, and they know it. They know it. All right, Isaiah 14. It's like 15:05. Yeah. Isaiah 14:5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Right. So what do you do when you start to lose power? What you do the same old thing. Right. You do more to garner more strength and power unto yourself. And that's what Esau is doing, getting ready militarily, going throughout the earth, starting chaos so they can take over, sabotage who they need to sabotage, and make power moves to put themselves in place to better position themselves in this war. All right, the war on taking control of resources, having the upper hand in the times where the big transition comes. All right, and that transition, I'm speaking on the New World Order. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and unhindered. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us. Here's the point here, for verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee. All right, even the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. So the heathen nations, all right, who are in opposition. Okay, and everything is falling in line. These heathen nations, they are all in opposition towards Esau, and eventually, all right, they will strike at the right time. All right, but hell from beneath, meaning his fall is waiting to meet him at his coming. And imagine on a slippery slope, and at the bottom of that slope, there's a trap. All right, okay, where if you fall into it, all right, you're going to be destroyed, and that's essentially how this thing is set up for you. So the more they try to scratch and claw their way to the top, the more